Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Joey again, VegasDtech, and tonight guys we're going to be talking about camping supply gear. As the spring starts to roll in here, the weather's starting to change. It's going from cold and slowly starting to get warm, and that's time to go camping again. Maria loves it, so I like to grab her and the boy and head on out there. And one of the issues that I had when I would go camping is that we need to bring some sort of portable power options with us when we go camping. Now, generally speaking, when I go camping, I don't need to bring anything that has to do with the city with me, because I go out there and I want to do it the old natural way. But of course today, you know, we have our modern electronics. If I'm going to be recording anything with YouTube, it's going to require cameras. Those cameras are going to need the batteries recharged. The cell phone, you know, everybody's going to need a cell phone. They need to get those things recharged. And of course, at night, I have little floodlights that I power around the tents and so forth to give me lighting in the evening when everybody sleeps, when the fire runs out. And that also requires power. So normally what I did is I went to Harbor Freight and I bought something like this little Syntec power inverter. It looks kind of like this right here. This is what I normally use to provide power. Now what I had to do is I had to go and grab a spare battery from, you know, one of my cars that, you know, was just laying in the garage. So I had to go and grab that 25 pound battery, and then I would basically pick up an inverter like this, and it has a couple of these plugs on it, and it has one USB little plug right here, and these two little kind of like power receptacles, you would call it, right? And then I would just attach these two things to the leads of the battery, put these two over here, and that would be the power supply that I would use when I'm at the campground. And usually that will work. Kind of cumbersome, but once I have it in place, no problem. But the company EBL, okay, they make rechargeable batteries. They reached out to me and asked me, would you be interested in taking a look at a portable power supply? And I said, indeed I would. EBL, I'm like, why does that name of that company sound so familiar? And it's because when I would buy rechargeable batteries off of Amazon and eBay, this is the stuff that you would see everywhere. You know, and these cells are pretty good. I mean, I've always bought a bunch of rechargeable batteries from them. So I was like, hey, if their rechargeable batteries are that good, why not have a look at one of their portable power supplies? And indeed, they sent me over this guy right here. And this is what we're going to be taking a look at tonight. It's going to be the EBL 330W. And what we want to talk about here is, you know, is that 330 watt power supply, is it going to be enough for you? It's not going to carry enough current to power all appliances, but for the little things that you do need to supply power for, will this be good enough? So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to grab it here for you. It reminds me of a little lunch pail. It's like this. It's pretty cute, right? So I mean, when you take a look at this box right here, this looks a lot smaller, but you have to lug around a car battery with it, right? And this is 750 watts, and this is 330 watts. So it doesn't have as much, you know, power as this unit does right here. However, it's all in one. It's portable, all right? So let's have a look at the front of this here, and I'll show you exactly what it has. So if we take a look at the face of this here, this is what you're going to see. You're going to go ahead and power it on. It's going to give you your battery display and the percentage as to how much power is actually in the power bank. In the front right here, you're going to have a receptacle here, so you can actually use a cigarette lighter to power anything that runs on a cigarette lighter. You're going to have the option here for the USB. You got 3 USB 3.0s and 1 USB Type-C. Then you're going to have 1 power receptacle. I would have liked to see 2, just like I got right here, but in this unit it just has 1. And then you're going to have this guy right here, which they have another connector, which is this lead, because you can actually recharge this using solar panels. I don't happen to have the solar panel option, but it did come with this lead, and this will run to your solar panel, so you can recharge it using this right here. So 3 ways to recharge it are: you can recharge it with a solar panel, you can recharge it with a cigarette lighter option, or then you can just also recharge it using the battery pack that's provided to you. So there's 3 ways to charge it, and it goes in right here. It also comes with a nice little light up top. If you hit it 2 times, it'll go into like an SOS mode. So you can just leave it on the ground or whatever like that, and it'll just keep on flashing the SOS. If anybody even knows how to read SOS anymore, it'll do that until you can get some help. Once again, and it should shut off. Another thing that it has nice up on here is up on top, it actually has a battery recharger for the Q charger. So if you need to charge your phone, just put it up there and it'll charge your phone for you. So very nice little teeny unit right here, guys. Like I said, 330 watts. I did test it on a few of my appliances that I would actually use if I was going to bring it out to the campground, and these are what the appliances are. So, it's weird. This thing is showing 244 watts being pulled, and it is powering the rice cooker. The electric fans have come on, but it's stable and it's continuing to power it. I had it at 100% and it's down to about 95 right now, and I'm going to see if this thing is going to be able to cook a pot of rice, which normally takes 20 minutes. But so far, it looks good. Another thing that I might use when I'm out camping to like process strawberries or onions or something like that is going to be this little Chop Chop Ninja. And according to this, this little motor only pulls like 52 watts. So yes, rice cooker I can bring. A chop up blender, the little chop blender ninja I can bring. Now this one is a bit odd, right? Because I didn't figure this thing pulled too much power, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the hot water kettle. The fan comes on and then it just shuts off. And I'm like, why? No more power. It doesn't like it anymore. Turn it back on, reset it. I'm gonna check the, it gives me power. It says 236, 235, and then it cuts off. So it will not continuously power the hot water kettle, which pulls 235 watts. However, it will power up the rice cooker, and this also pulls around 235 watts. Maybe the coils, the heating coils in there pulls different amperage. Even though it says the wattage is the same, the amperage between the two are not. Not that we would actually use any of these appliances during a camp out, but the EBL converter will power up every one of these items except for the hair blower because it pulls too much current. As far as wattage, these guys apparently pull very little wattage. This guy pulls a lot of wattage, and it'll initially fire it, and then after a couple of seconds it will shut off. So no bueno on the hair blower, but all other items were good. It will power up a 42-inch TV. It says that the TV is pulling about 69 watts. Power cord right here. Right into that. Using the power from the EBL here to watch some TV. So if you have this in your van or camper or whatever, it will pull that. And the power still on this is 95%. And it says that it should power a television like this for 4 hours. It does have the power to run LED lamps. It's pulling about 8 watts, which is basically what all these lights here will pull, is 8 watts. It also does have enough power to recharge an e-scooter out on a campsite. 99% juice provided by this guy. We still have 95% power. It does have enough power to power up my e-board. So in the manual that's provided, it has a little chart right here that shows you some of the items here that it can charge. It says right here around 5 to 6 charges on laptops, all right? And it also says that you can watch a 32-inch screen TV for about 4 hours. I don't know if it can actually do that. I watched a movie on it, and then I turned it off, and it still had about 60% power in it. So I can at least attest to 2 hours of that. Next thing, it says a CPAP. So if you guys are going to bring a CPAP without heated humidifier, I don't know nothing too much about that, but a CPAP 16 hours. And then it says a GoPro. So the typical GoPro that you have little teeny cameras like that, it says that you will actually get 41 charges off this unit right here for that. And then floodlights. Floodlights are great because I normally use like what you see like wrapped around that. I normally take a couple of those and I string them around the tents, and they don't draw but like 9 watts. So it says right here that 4 watts, it'll get you 61 hours. So if I'm running something like that and I'm running 9 watts, let's just say 30 hours continuous, but I only need it at night for like 7-8 hours, and then I shut it off. So that'll run a couple of days right there of power. And then it says right here a mini fridge, 6 hours on a mini fridge. A regular drone, it will charge 2.7 to 3 charges on a drone battery. Smartphones, 26 charges. So it'll charge your phone up 26 times. And then it shows right here that a Nintendo Switch, I guess, video game, 15 charges and more. Yeah, guys, so a real quick little look at the EBL 330 watt portable power unit right there. Like I said, I normally use this guy right here, and that's like 750 watts. However, I gotta have a big old crazy car battery next to it, and then I gotta put these jump cables onto it. That was my option before. I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing out and use it and see if you know, it does the job, whatever. I might keep this as a reserve, but I would like to run this all the way to 0 to see what it can actually provide. And I do believe right now, if we go to Amazon, this thing right now in Amazon is going for 149 bucks. So take a look at that, guys. Yeah, guys, so that's everything I got for you right now, real quick and fast. You know, a little review here of this little EBL 330 watt power supply unit. A link to their website will be located down in the description. If the 330 watt is not enough for you, we have other models in there that you could take a look at, see if it fits the bill. Otherwise, you could jump on Amazon and pick one of these up for yourself. So anyways, guys, thank you very much for tuning in to this little product review. I will catch you guys in the next video. You guys be well. Joey again, VegasDtech. See you later.